The psalm for today, which is the third, right? The third day of the week, right? It's Psalms 82, which was sung in the temple every third day of the week. So let's read that together. Let's read that psalm together. Elohim standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God Elohim, judge the earth, for thou hast inherited all nations. So we see that the Elohim judges amongst the Elohim. He's the top judge above all judges. Yahweh is the judge above Yahushua. Yahushua is the judge above us. We are the judges above our wives and children, and our wives are the judges above the children. And the children are the judges above all of our Gentile servants. All right? So, but it's also, the point is, we see like the other nations, the people, the wicked, they walk in darkness. So they walk in darkness. So the foundation of earth are out of course. All right? The foundations of righteousness, of judgment, of holiness are out of course because the wicked are in power and control. So the Most High is saying that we are gods. So we are Elohim. All right? So Clarence 13X had it right when he said we were gods. The Nation of Islam has it right when they said we are gods. What they have it wrong is that they try to say we are the gods. We are the gods. And that there's the supreme power above us is us collectively. You see? And that's what they go off at. Not to mention the other religious things that they, other spiritual things that they kind of get wrong. But anyway, the scripture says that we are gods, children of the Most High. All right? So we're children of the Most High. Yahushua told us that when we show love, when we show compassion, all right, when we show mercy, that also makes us the children of the Most High. So releasing your lower nature and being righteous, being upright, being kind, being loving, working and walking in the fruits of the Spirit, that causes you also to be able to get closer to a God-like state. Con? But he said we're going to die like regular men. And that's what's happening now. But we're going to rise up, and the Most High is going to allow us to judge the earth, judge all of the nations. All right? In Obadiah chapter 1, verse 21, it tells us that. We're going to judge the mount of Esau. And Moses said we're going to be a nation of, you're going to be kings and priests, nation of kings and priests, and the kingdom of priests. Which means we're going to be, dealing with issues that the priests dealt with. All right? Family relationships and things of that nature. Law, Torah teaching. All right, so let's go into Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. Genesis 1:3, read loud.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 3.
Loud.
And Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light.
So a very short verse. Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. Now the light that Elohim created right here is not the light from the sun, the stars, the moon, all right, and the constellations. It's just the element of sun. I mean, the element of light. Light is an energy of itself. It's its own energy. And Yahweh created this light. And that light is working with the sun and the moon, okay? The lights give for the firmament to give light on the heaven. All right. And then you have the light that was the moon and the sun. But this light Yahweh made goes throughout all of the universe. All right. It goes out throughout the whole universe. And it's a light that goes beyond our understanding. All right. Now this light is not talking about Yahushua. Yahushua was made before Genesis 1 and 1. All right. Now we have to understand that when the Most High made the light, He also made the darkness. Right. Our form of light created the darkness. It's in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. So He made the light, the darkness, created the darkness before He had light. Understand that. Yahweh created the darkness first. So in the beginning, Genesis 1 and 1 was in darkness. And Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. All that was done in the darkness. So darkness is how we have to begin to count time for the day, for the week, for the month, and for the year. They all start in darkness. Light, once the light comes in, the light is part of that darkness. The light is never beginning a new phase, a new total phase by itself. Light is part of the phase of darkness. That's why He had the darkness and then He created the light. But the darkness initiates that first stage of counting time. So after He made the darkness, then He created the light. What happened? The evening and the morning were the first day. And the evening started with the darkness. Then He made the light. And when He made the light subsided, and then it got less light, and that's when the first day ended. Then the second day started in the darkness again. Third day started in the darkness. So all this time the Most High is doing darkness to begin the time periods, right? So now what happens when you get to the Sabbath? Sabbath begins in the darkness also. And what happens when you come back? And then you come to the first month. And the first month itself begins when? Again, in the darkness. So all the time begins in the darkness. The new month begins in the darkness. The week begins in the darkness. The day begins in the darkness. Are y'all getting the point? So now when in Genesis, by the Asher Bereshit 1 and 3, when it says, Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. Elohim said, be light. Elohim said, be light, and there was light. So this kind of gets into nebulas and things like that. All right, dust of particles that go throughout the whole universe that we don't understand, that have illumination within themselves. Right? Is there hydrogen colliding to make light like the sun? The sun is a solid mass. It has volume of the helium gas. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. The light that you see, that you take within your eyes, was created by Yahweh. And it's in all other lights, all of the other lights that He created. Okay? So Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. All right? So the light was created. But now when He created the light, it was blended with the darkness. Because there's darkness, and now there's the light. So it kind of blended together. And we're going to see tomorrow of what the Most High did with that light and that initial darkness, what He did, and how He did it. Okay? But they were blended together. It wasn't light over here and dark over there. It was light and dark together, mixed like that. They were mixed together. They were mixed together. All right? So that light, now we can go metaphorically. That light also can be looked at as us coming from darkness into Yahushua HaMashiach. When we leave off the works of darkness We leave off the works of evil. We leave off the works of disobedience, and we put on obedience. We put on structure. We put on Torah. Throw it out. We put on wisdom. So we become light. Scripture says that we are light. The Torah is a light. We are the light of the world. We are the salt of the earth. What chapter is that, salt of the earth? Now, all right, we are the salt of the earth. We are the light. Yahweh is the light. And Yahweh is the light over all light. So now we're getting into metaphors. Because Yahweh didn't create himself on day 3. He created light. He made light. Okay? So now wisdom is the light. It's the image of the everlasting light of Yahweh. So wisdom was created in the darkness also. But it is the light. Yahweh is the light. But and this is what you have to understand. Yahweh in the darkness existed as light itself. All forms of any form of light before he created the light that we apply. So Yahweh is a light that before creation was not comprehensible, would not be comprehensible with the human eye. You can't see the light of Yahweh. Okay, so that's how powerful Yahweh is. Yahweh is a light that you can't even see. But then he's a light that becomes brightness, brighter than 10,000 suns. Brighter than 10,000 suns. Not as bright as. Everybody understand that? So he said, let there be light. There was light. Into the darkness. So the light, all of the darkness in the universe, it was light in all of that. But now when Yahweh does his divisions, he's going to put the divisions focused mainly on the earth. Okay? So we have to come back into the light of Yahweh, the light of wisdom, the light of the Torah. We have to leave the darkness. We no longer are the children of darkness, we're the children of the light. So we have to walk in the light and come back to the light, which is love and obedience to Yahweh. All right, Deuteronomy 28, verse 5 and 6. So it says, blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. All right. So now your basket is going to be blessed with what you carry in. And for store, it says kneading trough. That's what they said the original Hebrew word was supposed to be. Or kneading trough. All right. So either way, it's telling you that your production methods and your actual production is going to be limited. Right? It says it's going to be large. It's going to be came on the children of Israel in obedience. In obedience, right? But since we weren't obedient, Yahweh took those blessings away. Is our basket blessed now? No. Our basket is not blessed. Our basket is cursed now. All right? So it says, blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. All right, so what, let's go to verse 6. We live, man. Go ahead. Settle it. I was settled. Go ahead. So Yahweh said you're going to be blessed when you come into the world, into the room, into anywhere, you're going to be blessed. Go ahead.
Blessed shall be when thou goest out.
When you leave out the world, when you leave out from a room, When you leave from anywhere, I mean in both directions, everything you do is going to be blessed, is what it's saying. No matter what direction you go to, there's going to be blessings. And everything you do. Go ahead. So, okay. So blessed are you going to be when you come in and when you go out? Are our people blessed? Now our people like to play this game where they say they're blessed. What you do is going to be blessed by the Most High. And it's telling you exactly what it is. When you come in and you leave out, you're going to be blessed. No choice. Because the Most High wills it. Matazawan Yahweh. Okay? So he says you're going to be blessed when you come in, blessed when you leave out. You're going to be blessed with what you have, and what you stock up, what you store up, and what you make it with. Everything is blessed. So if everything is blessed, you don't have any problems, no issues, nothing to worry about whatsoever. And that's what the Most High gave us. But because, okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 32, verse 5 and 6. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 5 and 6. They have corrupted themselves.
You see that? Our blessings are gone now because we corrupted ourselves. Go ahead. It's a crooked generation now. All right. The marks that we have are not the marks of children of the Most High. Our people are perverse and crooked, and we've been that way for thousands of years. We've been that way for thousands of years. Right, he says we are perverse and crooked. Turned our backs to Yahweh. And that's what we're in the condition that we're in now. Right now, at this present moment. Go ahead.
Do ye thus requite Yahweh?
Is this how you're going to pay back Yahweh? Go ahead.
O foolish people and
we
unwise.
Operating in foolishness and operating totally against wisdom. Unwise. I mean, this tells you what to do to get back right with Yahweh. And then we operate the opposite way. We do opposite to what wisdom says. Go ahead.
Is not he thy father? Hath he not made thee and established thee?
Why is he saying that? Because we owe him everything. We owe him everything. So when he says to do something, we're supposed to do it. Because he's the one that gave us life. He's the one that lets our body in and the food that we need to survive. So if he said, look, live your life, enjoy your life, live your best life, but do what I tell you to do also, and we won't have any problems. So what do our people do? They don't want to do what Yahweh said to do. They want to do what feels emotionally and intellectually right to them. All right? Let's go on to the laws now. I said, you're going to pay me back like this? This is what you're going to do for me? After all, this is the best you can do. So let's go on to the laws now. Show examples of what the Most High told us to do. Laws number 43 to 63. Go ahead. Go ahead. Huh? So let me fill in this dead silence. So the laws. So let's read law number 43. Is it up yet?
All right. Law number 43. Not to gather gleanings, the ears that have fallen to the ground while reaping.
So when you go into the field and you get your grapes or you get your corn and you drop something, don't get it. Leave it there for the poor. Or you got the corners of your field, don't take them away. Don't just harvest all of the field. You don't leave anything. Okay?
Law number 44.
Law 44.
To leave the gleanings for the poor.
Leave the gleanings for the poor. The food that's in your garden, in your farmland, in your vineyard, in your orchards. You don't supposed to take every single piece of agriculture off of it. Whatever drops, leave it there. If stuff isn't grown again, you leave it there. If something is, you forget something, you leave it there. Go ahead.
Law number 45, not to gather or loaf the imperfect clusters of the vineyard.
The old law for the vineyard, don't gather those. Leave them for the poor so they can grow up. Behind for whatever reason, don't leave those. Don't
Clusters of the vineyard for the poor.
All right, leave the old law for the poor. Go ahead.
Law number 47, not to gather the single grapes that have fallen to the ground.
All right, single grapes or cluster of grapes. Don't gather them when you gather.
Leave the single grapes of the vineyard for the poor.
Okay.
Law number 49, not to return to take a forgotten sheep. Law number, this applies to all fruit trees. Law number 50, to leave the forgotten sheep for the poor.
Right.
Law number 51, not to refrain from maintaining a poor man or giving him what he needs.
So if a man is poor, it says to help the brother. And you can't loan money to him and then me back is coming up, so I'm not going to give him nothing. So help the poor man. Instead of talking about him, help him. Go ahead.
Law number 52,
Law 52.
to give charity according to one's means.
So you help the stretch out your hand wide to him to help him get the and water and maybe even clothes that he needs. If he's sincerely and truly poor, just can't do it. Just don't manage his money the right way. Just might be kind of touched or something. Something's wrong with him. Help your brother out. Go ahead.
Law number 53,
To
love the stranger.
The Most High said to love the stranger. What stranger? Israelites that are strangers from other places that come to live where you live at. And then the same way that we were strangers in Egypt. The different nations that come to live among us. Like we were strangers in the land of Egypt. A different nation living amongst the Gentiles. So love them. Go ahead.
Law number 54, not to wrong the stranger in speech.
All right, don't use your mouth. We talked about the mouth the other day. You can have blessings and cursing, life and death coming from the same well. You can have sweet and bitter coming from the same source, the same spring. So you have to love and speak righteously, uprightly when dealing with the stranger, particularly the ones that's living amongst you, trying to walk righteously. That.
Law number 55, not to wrong the stranger in buying or selling.
You can't treat somebody just because they're not an Israelite. Go ahead.
Law number 56, not to intermarry with Gentiles.
So in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verses 1 through 4, we're given the 7 Canaanite nations that we couldn't marry. And now, granted, you do see exceptions to Israelites marrying Gentiles, but of the Israelites that did marry Gentiles, number one, in Ezra, you see that they were married Gentiles and they were raising their children up into some type of Creole. They didn't know the Torah. They couldn't speak the Hebrew. And on the other hand, you see people like Moses. You see people like Yahweh in the law. When you go to war, take a captive woman. That she was your wife. You can make her your wife. Okay? And you see Moses taking the Cushite woman to be his wife. Okay. Now Solomon, when you go into 1 Kings chapter 8, took women of the different nations. And they caused him to worship other gods. Well, how did they cause him to worship gods? Because they weren't serving and worshiping Yahweh. So Solomon married women that weren't Yahweh, weren't worshipers, believers in Yahweh of Yahweh. So there's some other details and intricacies about this marrying with the Gentiles that we see in the scriptures. Okay? But the general overall rule is don't deal with a woman of a different nation. Don't deal with a man of a different nation. However, we do see in the law, the Most High said when you go to war, you can take this particular woman. And going into negotiating, managing a woman dealing with an Israelite man. All right? But this is what Paul said. In this 7.
So lacking the debt of an alien.
So on the 7th year of release, when everybody else don't got to pay their debt, The Gentile stranger lives among you, he still got to pay up his debt. He doesn't get all of the benefits of being an Israelite. When that 7-year release, he still got to come up out of his pocket and pay that money. Okay?
Law number 58, to allow lending to an alien at interest.
Again, a Gentile can be charged usury. Israelites, you can't make them pay more than what you gave them. But a Gentile, you can make him pay more than what you gave him. Now, is this talking about an Israelite in a quote-unquote Gentile state of mind? No. Because he's still your brother. So this is talking about Israelites that were loaning money to people of different nations in a banking system, or perhaps even like a personal loan. And when you loaned it to that Gentile, he had to pay you back either without interest or with interest. It was at your choice, your discretion. You chose the terms of the loan. Go ahead. Law number 59.
Law number 59.
This deals with marriage, divorce, and family.
Law number 59. To honor father and mother.
Honor your father and mother all the days of your life. Obey them. Respect them. Love them. Do reverence unto them. Don't raise your voice to them. Don't raise your hand to them. Don't let your brain, your mind wander evil against them. Don't imagine things in your mind as wicked, because the Most High reads them thoughts. The Most High knows all the little thoughts. Always this, always that. Make me bliss, make me that. Make me sick. Always asking somebody. Can't do nothing without somebody calling you. We all been through that. We all been through those phases of our lives. But we got to put that demon down, because that demon can lead to rebellion, can lead you to disobey Yahweh. Okay? So it says what? Honor your father and your mother. Okay, go ahead.
Law number 60, not to smite a father or a mother.
That's what I say. Don't raise your hand against your mother or your father. If you raise your hand against your mother or your father, that was a death sentence. You got killed for doing that. You got killed for doing that. Go ahead.
Law number 61, not to curse a father or mother.
Oh, you want to curse your father and your mother? You're getting killed for that too. It's a death sentence. So the Most High deals with respecting and honoring our families on a high level, man. Everybody, black, Latino, Hispanic, Native American, are raised on a level of respect your elders, respect your elders, respect your elders. There's a phrase, respect your elders. Respect your elders. Everybody knows that phrase. Don't talk back. Don't get smart with. Don't suck your teeth. Don't roll your eyes. Don't snap your neck. Don't drag your feet. Respect your elders, especially your mother and your father. Don't curse them. Go ahead.
Law number 62.
So, hold up. Don't curse your mother and father. Don't speak or wish evil or bad things about them and upon them. Again, if you did that, that was a death sentence. That was a death sentence. That was a death sentence. And the Most High didn't like that type of stuff. The Most High doesn't like when you deal with your parents like that. So when you curse your mother and father, or you talk something evil about about your mother and father, siéntate por allá. Yahweh wanted you to die. That's how much Yahweh wants you to respect and honor your mother and father. Or you want to respect your mother and father? You want to curse your mother? Or you want to try to hit your father now? Because he's old man now. He can't beat you no more. You got to help him walk. And he dropped your stuff. You say, why you do that? Most High said you deserve it. You're going to get killed for that. But if we've done these things, Yahushua has paid for all of the punishments that was supposed to come on us. We can't pay for them. All right? Next law.
Law number 62. To reverently fear father and mother.
To fear your mother and father reverently. The same word where it says fear God, it's the same word for fear your mother and fear your father. Same exact word. Same exact word. So you have to fear your mother and your father as you fear and fear Yahweh. Everybody understand that? Not all this extra. Yahweh tell you do something. If Yahweh tell you take that bobo and throw it out the window, you're gonna throw it out the window. Not that your parent would tell you to do that per se, but the point is that obedience without a whole bunch of explanation and question makes a family unit run a lot more smooth. But the challenges and the questioning and the doubt, that makes a family unit get weaker. So the Most High is saying what? When it comes to your mother and father, reverently fear them. Nah, I'm not. My mother said do this. That's what I'm going to do. My mother said go clap the erasers. I'm going to clap the erasers from chalkboard. I'm going to clap them. My mother said go sweep the rug. I'm going to sweep the rug. I'm going to do it the best way I can. Because I fear my mother. I fear my father. I'm not going to play around with them. My mother said go wash up. I'm going to wash up the best I can. I'm gonna wash up like I was when the nurses first washed me when I was first born. So reverently fear, high level of fear for your parents. It's exactly what it says. It don't mean fear. No, yes, it means fear. Now, just because you fear something don't mean you're gonna just be walking around like, oh, I'm scared. I'm gonna get abused or hit. Like a dog. I hate to use that example, but like a dog. You might, somebody might you might see a dog and ha ha he he, but you ain't gonna play with that dog, a dog too much. All right? Now our mothers and our fathers and Yahweh are on levels that's like more than 1,000,000 times higher than a dog. So we have to have that fear in our heart for the Most High, for our mother and father. Okay, law number 63.
Law number 63, to be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply. Now, in being fruitful and multiplying, we put notes at the bottom of this marriage, divorce, and family section. And can you go there real quick?
Okay.
With the asterisks.
Right. The woman's desire must be to a man.
The woman must be a help to her man. So these is the laws that wasn't included in Genesis in the 613, but we put them at the bottom now. The woman must be a helpmeet to her man.
Right. Okay.
That's from Genesis 2:18, Genesis 3:16, and Genesis chapter 3 verse 24. What's the next one?
The woman's desire must be to her man, and he must rule over her.
So the man must rule over the woman. He is the head over the woman. This is the law. This is the law. So we have to live by what the law says. And so when it tells you to be fruitful and multiply, it ain't just saying, I'm going to go out, find me a prostitute, and have sex with her, and she going to have a baby. You multiply, but that ain't the righteous way to do it. So that's why we got the 3 at the bottom to show you what to do and how to do it. The woman is supposed to be a help to the man. So he's the primary personnel. Okay? The woman, the desire must be to her man. So what she does, what she wants, has to be subject to her man. Okay. He rules over her. So she has to respect and honor the fact that he is ruling over her. She has to respect and honor that fact. All right, he is the head that's over the woman. What's that water? All right, he is the head over the woman. Okay. So he is the head over that woman. Everybody understand that? Does everybody understand that? All right, go ahead. Next, last one.
He's the head over the woman. The man shall cleave to his woman and shall be one flesh.
So the man cleaves to his woman and they become one flesh. They shall be one flesh. They have to be one flesh. Then be operating together, working together. No other man can come and deal with that woman once she has her man. No other man can come and deal with her, period. But the man can go and deal with another wife righteously, if that's his choice. Okay? So he cleaves to his woman, meaning there's a bond between them that should nobody try to break. There's a bond between that must be respected. There's a bond between them that goes beyond our human understanding. So the Most High said they become one flesh. All right, so that's law number 63. Now we got Psalms chapter 18 through 22. Psalms 18, 22. Psalms chapter 18, 19, 21, and 22. Have you got it? Somebody start reading that?
Psalms chapter 18.
Read a little louder, man.
Psalms chapter 18, verse 1.
Oh, that's 50 verses, man. You might need some help with this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, not me. Yeah.
I will love thee, O Yahweh, my strength. Yahweh is my rock.
So we love Yahweh. He's our rock. Go ahead.
And my fortress.
He's our fortress to protect us. Go ahead.
And my deliverer.
He's my deliverer. Go ahead.
My Elohim, my strength, in whom I will trust. My buckler.
And the horn of my salvation. And my high tower. I will call upon Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. Now they added that in there. I don't know why they added that. I will call upon Yahweh to be praised.
So Yahweh.
So shall I be saved from my enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon Yahweh and cried unto my Elohim, my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even unto his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. He was mad. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, smoking mad. And fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind.
He made darkness his secret place.
His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness that was before him, His thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. Yahweh also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice.
Hailstone
And coals of fire. Yea, he went out, he sent out his arrows and scattered them. And he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. Then the channels of water were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered. At thy rebuke, O Yahweh, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils.
He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but Yahweh was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. Yahweh rewarded me according to my righteousness,
So according to what you do and how you act, that's going to determine what Yahweh feels and how Yahweh feels about you and your relationship with him. Are we having some YouTube issues? All right. How he feels about you, what he thinks about you. Where's that rubber band? Let me see that. What he thinks and feels about you. How he gonna treat you or punish you or reward you. Go ahead.
according to the things of my hands.
What?
According to the things of my hands.
Can somebody help him out, please? Anybody else? Anybody following? According to the what verse you in?
20.
According to the cleanness of my hand has he recompensed me. So when your hands are clean and your heart is clean, the Most High is going to reward you for that. So there is a reward to the obedient. All right, go ahead.
For I have kept the ways of Yahweh and have not wickedly departed from my Elohim.
So we can't depart from him. We got to stay in his obedience. Go ahead.
For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me.
So we keep his word constantly before us. Go ahead.
I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from my iniquity.
So your iniquity of the desires that are in you to do the wrong thing. Go ahead.
Therefore hath Yahweh recompensed me according to my righteousness.
So Yahweh is going to pay you back according to what you put in. If you put in obedience, Yahweh got a reward for you. If you put in disobedience, there's a reward for that too. It ain't the kind of reward you want though. All right, go ahead.
According to the keenness of my hands in his eyesight, with the merciful, thou wilt show thyself merciful with an upright man.
So if you are merciful, you show, in other words, you show the quality that you want from Yahweh. You operate in a way where what you want from Yahweh, you can get. Because that's what you're sowing. That's what you're actually putting out there. You're putting out obedience, you're putting out fasting, you're putting out prayer. Because you want to be heard. You want to be, helped by Yahweh. So you have to put high levels of humility out there. Go ahead.
wilt show thyself upright.
So with the merciful, the scripture says, he that requires mercy show himself merciful. Right? If you want mercy, you got to show mercy. Okay? If you want to be upright, then Yahweh's going to be upright with you. So with the downtrodden, with the disobedient, Yahweh's going to show himself in a negative way to that person also. So whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. Okay? All right, so let's somebody pick up from 26.
Psalm chapter 18, verse 26. With the pure, thou wilt
Hey, didn't you read yesterday? You didn't read yesterday, did you? Okay. All right, my bad. Sorry about that, brother. Go ahead.
With the pure, thou wilt show thyself pure.
So you see that? When you have a pure heart, pure thoughts, the Most God is going to be pure towards you. So if you want purity, you want cleanness, you want holiness from the Most High, you got to show yourself to Him that way. If you want clarity from the Most High, you have to be clear about yourself toward other people. You have to be clear in your actions. He's showing you right here. With the pure, you're going to show yourself to be pure. So a child can approach and deal with the Most High on higher spiritual levels better than an adult can. All right? Go ahead.
And with the froward, thou wilt show thyself froward.
With those that go against the Most High, that's negative, that's what you call that, pessimistic, the Most High can be like that with you. That's what froward is. It's pessimistic. So whatever you put in there, the Most High is going to give it back to you. These are just simple rules of engagement when dealing with Yahweh. All right? Go ahead.
For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but wilt bring down high looks.
Right. Go ahead.
For thou wilt light my candle, Yahweh my Elohim will enlighten my darkness.
Right.
For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my Elohim have I leaped over a wall.
So David was a strong warrior. He could run through a large body of men and jump over walls with no problem by the power of the Most High. David was like a superhero. So you can understand, he's like a superhero. He said he could run through a troop. So he could run through and break them up. Running through a large body of men. Like a squadron. Just run through a whole army of men. A detachment of an army of men. Run through them. And there's a wall. I'm going to just jump over that wall. My enemies can't stop me. Go ahead.
As for Elohim, his way is perfect. The word of Yahweh is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Elohim, save Yahweh. Or for who is a rock, save our Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
It is Elohim that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet.
He made his feet like the feet of deers, in jumping and kicking. Go ahead.
And setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war.
So Yahweh taught David to fight. Go ahead. So when you teach people to fight, you imitating what Yahweh did to David. Go ahead.
So that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms.
A bow made out of steel like this, like a bow and arrow. A bow, like a bent bow. Made out of steel. David could break it with his arm. Could break it with his arm. Go ahead.
Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them, neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them that they were not able to rise, they are fallen under my feet.
When you got to read with a little more clarity, man, and stop running the words together like that. Give me the phrases. I want to understand what you're reading without, you got to phrase the words separately so the different pieces of the verse is, distinct and it sinks into a person's spirit. You're reading good, but you have to read to give the person comprehension. And you're reading so the person can hear you, but you have to read so the person can understand what it is that you're reading. What verse you in?
Psalm chapter 18, verse 39.
For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I may destroy them that hate me. That's how you do it. Not like they cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. That's how you're reading. You see the difference? Okay? So the Most High said that David said that Yahweh gave him the necks of his enemies. Necks of his enemies. Go ahead.
They cried, but there was none to save them.
Nobody said, can you imagine that? How that must feel? So you crying out for somebody to help with this, nobody to help you. Go ahead. This how it feels, when you cry to the white man. When you look in Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17 to 18. You look into a nation to save you that cannot save you. America can't save you. Russia can't save you. Turkey can't save you. Belize can't save you. Poland can't save you. Mexico can't save you. The state of Israel can't save you. Jordan can't save you. Only Yahweh can save and deliver our people, the world, from the oppression that they're going through. Go ahead.
Even unto Yahweh, but he answered them not.
Mm-hmm.
Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind.
So David beat his enemies like dust. Another one bites the dust, right? Go ahead.
I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets.
So he beat them like dirt, casting down like dirt in the street. Go ahead.
Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen.
So Yahweh made us over top of all the nations. We're going to be over all the nations. David was over all the nations, and we are servants of our King David. We walked in the footsteps of Yahushua, and we walked in the footsteps of King David in righteousness. So what happens to them, what they pass through, we're going to pass through that same point. That's why Yahushua said what? The things that I do, you should be able to do, you will do even greater. Go ahead.
A people whom I have not known shall serve me.
So this strange nation that you don't even know about are going to serve you. Go ahead.
As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me.
Oh, what? He did what? Oh, yeah, I ain't messing with this guy. He did what? Oh, yeah, he's the top ranking. He's a king. He's my king. When they hear the fame of what happened. What he did. That's how it's going to be for all the children of Israel, too. When they hear about what we've done, what we've been through, and what we've survived, man. Go ahead.
The strangers shall submit themselves unto me.
Go ahead. All of the Gentile nations, the strangers, are going to give us full obedience. Go ahead.
The strangers shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places. Yahweh liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let the Elohim of my salvation be exalted.
Right.
It is Elohim that avengeth me, and subdueth the people under me.
And subdueth the people. Come on, man. Stop rushing through it, bro. Like, relax. Stop running phrases fast. Why you saying fast phrases, man? Subdueth the people. Who can understand what you saying, man? Subdue the people under me. Read like you're trying to let the person comprehend. You know what these words say. Somebody listening may not be able to read. See, people here can't read. So when they hear subdue the people, they don't know what that is. When they hear, it is Elohim that has avenged me and subdueth the people under me. And subdueth the people under me. They can't subdueth the people under me. Go ahead.
Verse 48. He delivereth me from mine enemies, yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise up against me.
So they rise up against us, and Yahweh said, nah, we're going to raise you up even higher. But why? Because we trusted in him. Right now, our people trusting in the governments of the world. They trusting in Black Lives Matter. They trusting in the governments of the respective country. They trusting in the government of Colombia. They trusting in the government of Brazil. They trusting in the government of America. They're not trusting in Yahweh. They're trusting in the United Nations. They're trusting in all types of homosexuality. They're not trusting in Yahweh. You can sit up. She can sit up. Go ahead.
Thou hast delivered me from the violent man.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore will I...
So the Most High said, trusting in him, we're going to be delivered from the man that loves violence. The violent man. Go ahead.
Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Yahweh, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. Great deliverance given...
So sing praises. A lot of our people don't even sing to the Most High. They think, oh, I'm just get out there with my Bible, I'm going to start teaching. The Most High wants you to sing to him. David was a singer and a musician and a killer, poet, and a king, warrior, master killer. The Most High taught him how to kill. The Most High taught, even Yahushua sang hymns. Yahushua sang songs too when you read the scriptures. But our people act like singing is just something that they taught us in slavery. Nah, we taught them how to sing in slavery. So we got to sing songs to the Most High. Read.
Great deliverance giveth he to his king.
Right.
He showeth mercy to his anointed, to David, and to his seed forevermore.
He shows mercy to the seed of David. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of Elohim, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Right.
Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
So day unto day uttereth speech. So the knowledge and the handiwork of the Most High and what his glory is, you can look in the sky and see it. Matter of fact, the 12 constellations that people call the zodiac, they tell the story of Yahushua. They tell the story of Yahushua. Go ahead.
There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
So the voice of the constellations of the stars in the sky, everybody understands and everybody sees them and everybody knows what they say. All cultures on the planet Earth understand the story of the stars. Is what this is going into. Go ahead.
Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun.
Okay, so everything, all of the heavens give glory unto the Most High and tell what the Most High's plan is. And if we don't understand that, he already put it into the book. But he put in the stars from the beginning so we would always know. And the stars and what the constellations say, what the constellations show us, those 12 groups of stars, the Virgo, the woman, who was that? It's Israel and that's Mary. The Geminis, the two twins, what's that? That's Esau and Jacob. That's Yahweh Shai as the Son of Man and the Son of God Almighty. Two natures. The water barrier, the Aquarius, what is that? That's Yahweh bringing us the water and the word and washing us. So all of these things, the ram, that's sacrifice. The lion, we know what the lion is, that's the conqueror. That's Judah. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race.
Mm-hmm.
His going forth is from the end of heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof.
So now, when you read the Bible says that the son is like a bridegroom, and as a strong man is running in a race. Strong man running in a race. But the false book of Enoch says that the son is in a chariot, and the chariot have animals at the front that's pulling the sun throughout the sky. So why is the Most High saying it's like a man running? And you say, nah, the book of Enoch, no, it's not like a man running. It's like a man that's on a chariot that has horses running. So so is the son the horse running a race? Or is the son the instrument in the chariot being pulled by the horses? Or is the son like a man running a race? Which one? The Bible says like a man running a race. So that's one of the contradictions of why I don't fool with that book of Enoch, man. Because I read the Bible. When you study and read the Bible thoroughly, you see that the book of Enoch, it ain't fit to use for some of the most sanitary purposes that paper gets used for. All right, go ahead, keep reading, man. So it says what? Let me say this real quick. The sun runs in its what? A circuit. So it's moving. Moving. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 19, verse 7. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple.
So, the testimony of Yahweh. So what Yahweh has said is sure, and that's going to make us wise. Yahweh told us already from the beginning what it is. That's what's going to make us sure. His testimony, not the testimony of Raphael or the testimony of Enoch, but Yahweh's testimony and his word about what he's doing is what's going to make us sure, what's going to make us wise. Go ahead.
The statutes of Yahweh are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yahweh is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahweh is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahweh are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb.
So the judgments of Yahweh, we want that more than we want gold. Want that more than you want gold? Once you understand his judgments, then you can have all of the elements in his creation that you need or that you want. But first, what you need, then what you want. Go ahead.
Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them.
So the laws of Yahweh actually warn us. Go ahead.
And in keeping of them there is great reward.
Mm-hmm.
Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults.
So who can understand his errors? By the laws of Yahweh, by the words of Yahweh. Go ahead.
Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sin.
So David is saying, Yahweh, protect me from doing stuff that's wrong, that don't seem like it's wrong to me, or that I don't know it's wrong. Doing sin deliberately. Excuse me, I repent, I made a mistake. Presumptuous sin is things that you know are wrong. So David is saying, keep me from sinning on purpose. Go ahead.
Let them not have dominion over me.
See, we don't want sin to have dominion over us. Go ahead.
Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression.
Go ahead.
Let the words of my mouth.
Let the words of my mouth.
And the meditation of my heart.
And the meditation of my heart. Go ahead.
Be acceptable in thy sight.
Let all of the words that I'm saying to you be acceptable in your sight. Go ahead.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh. Go ahead.
my strength,
Yahweh, my strength or my rock, go ahead,
and my redeemer.
and my redeemer. So these words, keep back your servant from presumptuous sin. Okay? That's what David is saying. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 20, verse 1. Yahweh hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of Elohim of Jacob defend thee. Send thee help from the sanctuary, and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings, and accept thy burnt sacrifice, Selah. Grant thee according to thine own heart, and fulfill.
Grant thee according to your own heart. Just in Yahweh, just do whatever you're going to do. Go ahead.
And fulfill all thy counsel. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our Elohim we will set up our banners. Yahweh fulfill all thy petitions. Now know I that Yahweh saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahweh our Elohim.
Yahweh Elohim now.
They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright. Save Yahweh.
Right.
Let the king hear us when we call.
Let the king hear us when we call. And that king being King Yahweh. So we praying in Yahweh Shai's name, but we're praying to Yahweh. We're praying to the Most High. We're not praying to Yahweh Shai do this, do that. We're praying to the Father in the name of the Son. Now the Son hears us when we pray, but the Son said, anything you ask the Father in my name, that will I do. So we pray to the Father in the Son's name, and then the Son has the Father, the Father has the Son do or execute something that needs to be done to execute. Okay, go ahead.
Psalms chapter 21, verse 1. The king shall joy in thy strength, O Yahweh, and in thy salvation, how greatly shall he rejoice. Thou hast given him his heart's desire, and hast not withholden the request of his lips, Selah.
So the Most High was good to David. Gave David the things he wanted and needed. What he requested, go ahead.
Thou preventest him with the blessings of goodness.
Flooded with blessings like we read about in Deuteronomy today, 28. Blessed coming in and blessed going out. So this is part of the blessings that Israel received, what David is talking about. Go ahead.
Thou settest the crown of pure gold on his head. He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him.
Now, honestly, this is David writing, but when you really read it, he's really going into Yahweh Shai. Listen what he said. He asked life of thee, and you gave it to him. Length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in your salvation. See that? Salvation. Length of days forever. Go ahead, keep reading.
For thou hast made him most blessed forever.
He's blessed forever. Ain't that what we read in Psalm chapter 72? About Yahweh Shai, the Messiah. Go ahead. That we're going to call him blessed forever. So this psalm, David is actually writing about Yahweh Shai. And Psalms 72. Go ahead.
Thou hast made him exceeding glad with thy countenance. For the king trusteth in Yahweh, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand shall find those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. Yahweh shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee, they imagined a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Yahweh, in thine own strength. So will we sing and praise thine power.
Right. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 22, verse 1.
Now this is one going into a higher level about Yahushua when he was getting murdered, dying for our sins. When he was getting crucified. Go ahead.
My Elohim, my Elohim.
My God, my God. Go ahead.
Why hast thou forsaken me?
Those are the words that Yahushua said on the cross. And they thought he was calling for Eli. For Elijah, right? Because it's Alayah, Alayah. So they thought he was saying Alayah, Alayah, my God, my God. Go ahead.
Why art thou so far from helping me and from the words of my roaring?
So he was crying out to Yahweh in pain and agony, but he knew this whole psalm. Go ahead.
O my Elohim, I cry in the daytime, but thou hearest not, and in the night season, but am not silent. But thou art holy, O thou that inhabitest the praises of Yahshua. Our fathers trusted in thee; they trusted, and thou didst deliver them.
Right.
They cried unto thee, and they were delivered.
We were delivered. Our Father was delivered. Read.
They trusted in thee, and were not confounded.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a worm,
So he said, I'm less than them. Read.
and no man, a reproach of men, and despised of the people.
So Yahushua was despised of the people. Go ahead.
All they that see me laugh me to scorn.
Our people were mocking Yahushua as he sat up there getting killed by the Romans. Seriously? Go ahead.
They shoot out the lip, they shake the head, saying,
Talking against him. Go ahead.
he trusted on Yahweh,
He trusted in Yahweh. Go ahead.
that he would deliver him.
Is Yahweh going to deliver him? Go ahead.
Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him.
If you such the son of Yahweh, let him deliver you from that cross, man. Go ahead.
But thou art he that took me out of the womb. Thou didst make me hope when I was upon my mother's breast. I was cast upon thee from the womb. Thou art my Elohim from my mother's belly. Be not far from me, for trouble is near, for there is none to help.
So he said he knew that he couldn't trust in no man to help him out of this situation. Go ahead.
Many bulls have compassed me. Strong bulls of Bashan have beset me round.
Strong bulls of Bashan, gaping at him, pushing him around, healthy. And now when you want to really go into the symbolism of the bulls of Bashan, you're really going into the religious leaders. Because the bulls of Bashan were fat, healthy, muscular, with that good meat, the best grazing fields. It was fertile up there by Bashan. Nice green fields for the animals to dwell in and to eat. So it's just showing you that these people are nourished, that he's talking about. Go ahead.
They gaped upon me with their mouths as a ravening and a roaring lion.
Mm-hmm.
I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint.
All my bones are out of joint. Meaning what? I'm just up here hurting in pain. I'm in agony. I feel the pain going through all of the bones of my body. Go ahead.
My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst
So
of
it's like no strength. Heart is like wax. It's melting. The trembling of the heart. Okay? A trembling of the heart is what he's talking about. Go ahead.
It is melted in the midst of my bowels. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws. For thou hast brought me into the dust of death. For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and
So
my
he said
feet.
dogs have compassed him. Now he's getting into what? Who's he calling the dogs? Now he's getting into the Romans. He's calling the Romans dogs now. What did the dogs do? Go ahead.
They pierced my hands and my feet.
It's because you fall asleep.
I may tell all my
Hold up, man. So read that part again. I didn't catch what you said.
For the dogs have
So
compassed
just put it
me.
right there.
The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet.
So the assembly of the wicked have been closed, but they did what?
They pierced my hands and my feet.
When they say he pierced his hands and his feet, that's showing you the way that he's going to die. It's showing you who he's going to die under also. Because the Greeks, and it's showing you the time in history. Because the white Romans, right, more so than the Greeks, were the ones that really introduced and really made popular nailing people's hands and feet as a way to kill them for things that you didn't think they should be doing. They made that, that's what they did. Okay? So they were doing a whole lot of killing people. So when it tells you they nailed, read that again, man.
They have pierced my hands and my feet.
They have pierced my hands and my feet. So they took a sharp instrument and they took the hands and the feet. And what they do with the hands and the feet? They had to pierce them with sharp instruments. Now, I think in one of these there's a controversy. There's a controversy where one says, well, it's not, I don't think it's this one. Where it says, I think it said, I think it was for lions. I think one was like Ardois. And then it said it was supposed to be Aria, Ka, that's what it was. It was Ka, Aria, or it was like Ka, Ardois. And this was like, they pierced. And this one says, as lions. Coming from the, I think it's coming from the Aramaic though. Coming from the Aramaic, was that something? With the Aramaic. This is this is not used a lot, but this word is used a lot. This one says as lion, this one says they pierced. Ka'ar, alright, and then the wa is they. Alright. So that's something just to consider on that, what it says right there. Read that part again, man.
For dogs have compassed me.
Dogs have compassed me. Alright? That's what it says. It says dogs have compassed me. What verse is that? I'm sorry.
Psalm 22, verse 16.
Dogs have compassed me. Okay, go ahead. What's the part about yeah, I gotta go into the Hebrew and show you, man. It says dogs have compassed me, which is going into the Romans. All right, the Romans. Let me get this back on the Facebook again, man, because oh man, let's see that right there. This thing is bugging out. You gotta go to that spot today and get the one that has a nice little grip on it. We got a whole collection of tripods. And I'm saying we're gonna have a whole collection. So he says dogs have compassed me, but in the interim, I know some of y'all coming in on part 2 of this on Facebook, but it says that the dogs compassed me going into the Romans. All right, going into the Romans. And then what did it say after that? Psalms 22:16.
The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me.
That's talking about the assembly, which is usually assembly going into the children of Israel getting together. But this is the assembly of the evil of our people, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the priests, the Levites, the temple leaders. They all came together against Yahushua, against him. Not to proclaim Yahweh's glory or to praise Yahweh or to praise Yahushua. Because the scripture said we're going to praise the name of this son of David forever. In Psalm 72. Go ahead.
They pierced my hands and my feet.
They pierced my hands and my feet, which is right here. They pierced. Ka'arwa. Ka'arwa. They pierced. They pierced. Now in the other books now, it says Ka'ariyah, as a lion. So let's try that. As a lion, they enclosed me as a lion, my hands and my feet. What does that mean? As a lion, they enclosed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me as a lion, my hands and my feet. I may tell all my bones. Saying they enclosed me like a lion. Maybe like they trapped me in a corner or something, or whatever. But in the Hebrew it says, the original old Hebrews. Okay, when you look at the old Hebrew, this was a wawa. I've seen it. In the old text, this was a wawa. Okay, this was a wawa. It wasn't a yod. So that's just a little nugget. All right. So they pierced, stuck sharp instruments through the hands and the feet of this person is talking about, which is Yahushua, the Messiah, showing you what type of death he's going to have. Go ahead.
I may tell all my bones. They look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them and cast upon my vesture.
See that they took his clothes. Didn't they do this for Yahushua too? They took his clothes and they were gambling for his clothes to see who was going to get the clothes because they were nice garments. Go ahead.
But be not thou far from me, O Yahweh, O my strength.
So now we get into the whole psalm. But help me, come close to me. They're doing all this evil, this wickedness. They're surrounding me. They're nailing my feet. They're nailing my hands. But please be close to me. Go ahead.
O my strength, haste thee to help me. Deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog. Save me from the lion's mouth.
Save me from the lion's mouth. Now here comes the lion. Go ahead.
For thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation will I praise thee.
Right.
Ye that fear Yahweh, praise him. All ye seed of Jacob, glorify him.
Right.
And fear him, all ye the seed of Yashala. For he hath not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither hath he hid his face from him, but when he cried unto him, he heard. My praise shall be of thee in the great congregation. I will pay my vows before them that fear him. The meek shall eat and be satisfied. They shall praise Yahweh that seek him. Your heart shall live forever. All the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto Yahweh, and all the kindreds of the nations shall worship before thee. For the kingdom is Yahweh's, and he is the governor among the nations. All they that be fat upon the earth shall eat and worship, and all they that go down to the dust shall bow before him, and none can keep alive his own soul.
None can keep alive his own soul. So who is going to keep their soul alive if no, we can't do it ourselves? Go ahead.
A seed shall serve him.
A seed shall serve him, which is talking about Yahushua. A seed is going to give perfect service to Yahweh. Go ahead.
It shall be accounted to Yahweh for a generation.
And Yahweh should say, you know what? This whole generation is equal to this one seed, to this person, this seed of man. So we're going to do a swap. So be killing all these people, all right here. Let's let everybody live. And keep on going. I'll take you in exchange for them. We see it right here. That Yahweh is saying, I will take the life of this man for your life. For the life of this entire generation. And the generations after. Go ahead.
They shall come and shall declare his righteousness.
So they're going to come and declare the righteousness of who? Of that seed. What you're talking about, Yahweh Shai. Everybody see that? Going into straight up Yahweh Shai. Who is it talking about? They shall come and do what?
And they shall declare his righteousness.
Declare the righteousness of Yahweh Shai. Why? Because he served Yahweh. Can we declare the righteousness of King David? No, he had one or two mistakes. One, he numbered the people, and Yahweh said not to. And then the other thing he did was have sex with another man's woman. So we can't really number him and declare his righteousness, can we? What about King David? King Solomon. He was worshiping other gods. So he can't declare his righteousness. So this seed had to come because the people could not keep their own soul alive. Because the people were going to die. Their soul was in jeopardy because of their sins. So this seed had to be born. What seed? Okay, let's look at this in the Hebrew. We got to go a little deep with this now. Go into the Hebrew with this, somebody. Man, that person is really cleaning they 6th floor window, ain't they? Man, y'all need to take lessons from this Edomite across the street over here. Look at her. She's cleaning every part of that building where she can reach. Look at her. Look at her. Get her. Keep her still.
She hit the wall.
I don't know what she, but it wasn't. Honey, go. The girl got up and she crawled up under where the girl got up from. She got up from it was literally less than 3 seconds. Less than. She got up and then got down. When as soon as she got up, the little girl just ran up under her. Oh, busy self. That's why the white people be putting their children on leashes. So it says, what verse is this?
31.
Now let's look at 30. A seed shall serve him. I'm getting to a point here. A seed is arrived, shall serve him, right? Everybody got that, right? Let's go back to Genesis chapter 1. I'm not 1. Genesis chapter 3. Okay. In verse 15. I will put enmity between the seed of the woman and the seed of Hashatan, right? Seed of the serpent, right? So, what is Hashatan? What does this serpent represent?
Satan.
Wickedness. Hashatan, evil. Right? So when it says that I'll put enmity, the biggest division between Yahushai, Hashatan, us and Esau, Israelites, and all other nations is that we are supposed to want to do the most obedient acts towards Yahweh that we can possibly do. Right? Right? That's what we're supposed to want. To do the most obedient things towards Yahweh that we can do, which is righteousness. That's what we call righteousness. So this seed is going to serve Yahweh and be accounted to the Yahweh for a generation. The generation from Adam and the generations that's going to come after, declaring his righteousness. All right? So a seed shall serve, talking about the seed of the woman, which is the seed of Adam, which is a human being that's born onto this earth. It's going to serve Yahweh, which means what? It's going to be obedient to everything Yahweh says to do. Walk perfectly in all of his laws, commandments, and statutes. Let's go to verse 31.
Psalm chapter 22, verse 31. They shall come and shall declare his righteousness.
They shall come. The generation is going to come and declare his righteousness. Go ahead.
Unto a people that shall be born.
Unto a people that shall not be born. I'm sorry. Unto a people that shall be born. So which means that his fame, his achievements are going to be known after and after and after that generation passes, after he passes. Go ahead.
That he hath done this.
So he has done this. So they're going to remember that he has done all of these things for us. All right. Getting toward what? That seed is going to serve him. So it don't say a lot that's done. So when it says it's gonna tell the people about what he's done, that means we gotta go outside of here and see, okay, what exactly happened? What did we miss? And that's when we go to the whole story about what Yahweh shot. We know the whole story now. So now we can pause on this now, and we can come back in a little while, and then do the finish up Proverbs 3, Matthew chapter 7, 8, and 9. Proverbs chapter 3 and Matthew chapter 7, 8, and 9. All right. So we come.